In this lesson, I would like to go over the history and, more importantly, the vision behind OWASP SAMM. This will help you understand why the SAMM is the way it is. So it's not about trivia for trivia's sake. We would like to help you understand the objectives and the motivations of the team that has worked on SAMM. Understanding why they structured it the way they did and what's its ultimate purpose. But before that, a brief word about OWASP. OWASP stands for Open Worldwide Application Security Project. It is a non-profit organization that envisions to make the world better by improving the security of software. It does that through community-led open source software projects, hundreds of local chapters worldwide, tens of thousands of members, and leading educational and training conferences. The OWASP Foundation is the source for developers and technologists to secure the web. Now, OWASP has different types of projects, and amongst those are the flagship projects. The OWASP flagship project and that designation is given to projects that have demonstrated strategic value to OWASP and application security as a whole. Why am I saying this? Well, SAMM is an OWASP flagship project. So the project itself is very mature and it has demonstrated a huge added value to software security in general. Now, SAMM is a fully open maturity model for software assurance that provides an effective and measurable way for all types of organizations to analyze and improve their software security posture. Let me break that down. That was like more of a Wikipedia definition. Let me break that down in three essential elements. So SAMM provides you measurability. You don't manage what you can't measure. SAMM is actionable and it offers you clear pathways for improving maturity levels. And finally, SAMM is agnostic of a specific technology, process, or type of organization. Let's have a look at why SAMM is structured the way it is. Why having a maturity model even? Now, the concept with any maturity model is that you are moving to an optimized state in your practices. So the idea of having a maturity model is to figure out where we are on the curve from 0 to hero, or from an ad hoc approach to a very well-established process that is continuously being reviewed based on success and failure outcomes. There are three core principles that provide a motivation of the way SAMM was structured. Well, first of all, is the observation that an organization's behavior changes slowly over time. Trying to boil the ocean is never going to work. So changes need to be smaller and iterative to really take hold and make a difference. Large and abrupt behavior changes are often not going to succeed in large organizations. It's about having an evolution and not a revolution. Second core principle is that there is no single recipe that works for all organizations. It cannot be a laundry list of you need to do these things and you're going to be gold. It has to be more around what sort of risks are we trying to address? What are our executives' priorities and how does that fit with what we should work on first? So SAMM is built with this in mind and supports an organization building a program that is tailored to their risk profile, culture, IT maturity, and so on. Finally, guidance related to security activities must be prescriptive. What does that mean? For instance, a number of other initiatives have a more descriptive approach when it comes to security activities. So those models simply observe what organizations are doing, that organizations they consider mature. And for instance, if 95% of organizations are doing a certain activity, it must be a foundational practice. Only a couple of those organizations are doing these other things. It must be a very high maturity, very difficult rocket science practice. That's how, for instance, BSIM has structured their model. In the case of SAMM, our core team, who are already security consultants, have come together and said, here are the things that we have seen success with and we see as necessary processes. Then we structured the model around, as maturity improves, what the characteristics of these practices should be, which leads us to what we believe a well-defined, measurable maturity model. Let's have a quick look at different stakeholders' perspectives, as in why should one use SAMM. Now, if you're a CISO, as a CISO, you should consider using SAMM for many reasons. But above all, you can make a stronger story at the management level. SAMM is risk-based, it is aligned with industry best practices, it provides a comprehensive and clear view of the organization's security posture, and it pushes towards continuous but measurable improvements. If you are a developer, if your organization is leveraging SAMM, it is really easy to demonstrate that security is everyone's responsibility and not just a developer problem. As a project manager, SAMM can help you increase the efficiency and predictability of software delivery where security is baked in. Finally, as a client or as an organization that has suppliers, you can leverage SAMM to evaluate how your vendors are performing, which is very interesting. SAMM comes with a number of use cases. Firstly, you can use SAMM to evaluate how an organization is doing in terms of their existing security posture. What is the level of maturity in every security practice that they are doing or perhaps not doing at all? From there onwards, once that you know where the organization is standing, you can build a balanced and iterative software security assurance program without getting overwhelmed by the breadth of the application security challenge. Now, in the introductory section, I've talked about security being intangible. Well, SAMM can help you define and measure security-related activities, hence make things more concrete. Finally, all the metrics and measurements will help you demonstrate concrete improvements. Now, security realities are immensely complex. You cannot find a model that will exactly describe reality because there are way too many variables. Models are built in an academic world and we live in the real world. So in this case, there is a key thing to remember, that SAMM is a model. It's not going to be perfect. There is no 100% guarantee that if you do every practice in the way you think it's correct, and you will be absolutely mature. And you're never going to produce bad software or get breached. SAMM is whether we are doing the right thing and whether we are doing them right. It's time for some trivia. SAMM's history. Now, SAMM started many years ago, 2009. Version 1.0 of OpenSAMM was originally created through the OpenSAMM project led by Praveer Chandra, who was an independent software security consultant. And the creation of the first draft was made possible through funding from Fortify Software. At the time, it was not an OWASP project. Praveer made a great work. However, until 2015, not much was done. 2015 is when a group of OWASP volunteers got involved. And they've created version 1.1 of SAMM. They have expanded and restructured its predecessor into 4 complementary resources that contained the SAMM model itself, a how-to guide, a quick start guide, and a toolbox that you could use to provide to create simple automation for data collection, metrics, and graphs. Now, in 2016, just a couple of months later, it was agreed that OWASP would fork SAMM as an official OWASP project. Pravir is still at the moment steward of OpenSAMM, although there hasn't been much of a revision of it. So both projects exist, just to make it more confusing. In 2017, the project team released version 1.5 of SAMM, which incorporated a refinement of the scoring model to provide more granularity to the scoring in an assessment. The project team began working on version 2.0 in June 2017 and released the beta draft for comment at the end of January 2019. The final 2.0 version was released in January 2020. And in this update, we've expanded the breadth of business functions and practices covered. We've incorporated improvements to the scoring model that now includes quality considerations. Now, key thing to remember here is that SAMM is a community effort. Basically, people who are passionate about AppSec and helping organizations mature, they give their time, put their effort to keep the model up to date. Anyone is free to get involved, to submit GitHub issues, to submit GitHub pull requests, and help us improve the model even further. The project is led by Bart de Win and Sébastien de Leersnijder, both from Belgium, and we have a very extensive and awesome core team from the different corners of the planet, which makes scheduling our team meetings really fun. Not. Well, we are very thankful to our sponsors who support the mission of the OWASP Foundation and the further development of SAMM by providing funding, and that funding helps us with various activities such as marketing and PR, technical editing, UX support, website development and hosting, our core team summits, and tooling for the benchmark project, which is something that should come up in the coming months.